Hello, it is me, Jonathan DLC. Recently, I moved to Japan, and after spending 14 days trapped in Japanese quarantine, I have a video about that, please check it out. It was finally time for me to move to my placement and start my job, which is what brings me here, 1 month into my time in Japan. This first month has genuinely been one of the craziest I've ever had, with so many ups and downs on my figurative emotional roller coaster. I almost lost my f***ing mind. But now that I've made it through the first month and I can finally start considering myself somewhat settled, or as settled as one can be right now, I decided to detail what the first month of living in Japan was like for me, and hopefully you can get some sort of idea about what your first month in Japan will be like. Now, if you're like me and you came to Japan for work, the first thing you will go and do is see your apartment. This is where myself and many other people get their first dose of culture shock. Japanese apartments are very different. I'll show you what I mean. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another patented Jonathan room tour. Now, you must be thinking, clearly this man has a mansion with a labyrinth of different rooms. You would be mistaken. Here's my room. This is it. This is the whole room. Now, I know what you must be thinking. Sean, surely you jest. This can't possibly be it. Where's the complimentary yacht that came with your apartment? Where are the samurai and beautiful anime babes? Well, welcome to your first reality check. Rather than getting to live in some awesome castle like we all secretly envision, I get an apartment that's literally smaller than my quarantine hotel room was. So let's take a look at the reality, shall we? Okay, so starting off, we have my living, working, sitting on the couch, refrigerator, closet room, as all mansions do. Now, I have to keep everything that is bigger than a pebble in this room, given that my small other section of the apartment has no space for it, but I got a desk. I got a couch thing that's not really a couch, it's just two cushions that are together. Got a little TV stand, got my bed, which is actually nice. I actually got a decent sized bed. I got a refrigerator that is much shorter than me, which is saying a lot because I'm not exactly 16 feet tall. I got a decent sized closet, no rod to hang coats, so I had to buy this thing, but nobody cares. All right, nobody cares about this space. I know what you care about. I know what you're here for. You're here for the bidet. Now, I got one of those fancy bidets. You can have many different types of spray. It also has this thing. For those who can't read Japanese, this is big, this is small, and this is the type of flush you do. So if you have a little trickle, you use the small flush, and if you have a massive Mongo-sized shit, you use the big one. So, but when you flush, as I'll demonstrate, has a little sink thing on top, which you might be thinking, wow. Welcome to the future. Japan, so advanced. A sink on top of the toilet, that's incredible. And it's incredible until you realize that my sink is just right there. So I don't really know what that's supposed to be for, to be honest. Now, if you're not familiar with Japan, you may be asking, but Sean, why is the toilet separated from the bathroom? That doesn't make any sense. And you're right, it doesn't really make any sense. But the reason why is because of this. This is the actual bathroom. Now, in Japan, how they do it is that the entire bathroom is actually waterproof. You can get in here where it's noisier than a Category 5 hurricane, and you can get water literally anywhere because the entire thing is waterproof. So when I want to take a shower, I sit my naked ass down on the floor and I shower. It's right next to my laundry machine, which has more buttons than the International Space Station. I have no idea what half of those do. All I do is turn it on and press start, and it does the laundry. And this is my kitchen, which the previous tenants from Smurf Village loved very much. As you can see, I have none room. I don't even have one of those cool fish griddle things that some of these Japanese apartments have. I literally just have one stovetop. That's it. And that's literally it. That is my entire apartment. So yeah, there are better apartments that are bigger and less expensive and in a better climate. But ask yourself this, would those apartments have a limited edition Neon Genesis Evangelion toaster that I got from a recycle center for $20? I don't think so. I don't think they would. And look at this. This is sick. This is so cool. It's a toaster. It's got the anime on it. How cool is this? How cool is this? The only minor problem, really, is it doesn't work. The slits for the bread in the top are so small that not even scientists could squeeze an atom between them. Oh, Christ. If this isn't the most stupid fucking novelty anime product you've ever seen, I don't know what is. If you've seen some novelty merch that's more stupid than this, then be sure to leave a comment, because I think I got a lot of people beat. But honestly, it does look kind of cool though, so I think I might leave it out, you know, as a party piece, even though it does take up a quarter of my apartment space. But I think in a weird, stupid way, this toaster I bought is kind of indicative of many people's first month in Japan. When you first get here, you're moving so fast that you think, wow, anime toaster, oh, that's sick, I'm gonna buy this. When the reality is that it's broken novelty crap. And I really should have taken a second and thought, and actually bought something that would work. But for me, that's kind of how my first month in Japan has felt. Reality sort of setting in. Going from, whoa, anime toaster, isn't Japan so great, to, after work I have to go buy a toaster. God damn it. They say that that kind of culture shock comes in stages, but for me it felt more like the stages of grief. Honestly, before I left for Japan, I felt like I had a pretty good understanding of the reality of working and living in Japan. I was not so naive as to be shocked that Japan in reality is not like an anime, where I was going to go to parties every night and chat up all the hot Japanese babes. I really did feel like I knew the reality of Japan pretty well. I had native friends from Japan in college. I had native Japanese teachers who gave me a much more realistic view of what Japan would actually be like. But no matter how much you prepare or temper expectations, moving somewhere brand new where everything is different has hit me with more culture shock than I had expected. By culture shock, I don't really mean, oh, crazy stuff on TV, isn't that so strange? But in that, you have to get used to a whole new way of living. Everything feels so different, and the first week hits especially hard. Traffic on a fucking bridge. That's just great. Ooh, a crane! Oh my god, I can't read any of this. Is this pork or beef? Or both? Let's just get some crackers. What the fuck? What is this? They're tiny. That's it? Only tiny? What do you do with all these coins? What is going on with my laundry machine? It's shaking so much. Look how much it's shaking. Is it gonna explode? What is happening? Look at these roads. They are so small, so bumpy. What the fuck? Oh, nice, a vending machine. What the hell is that? Am I gonna die? Holy shit, oh my fucking god. What time is it? This is a good time to go to bed, actually. So imagine in all of the first week's craziness when you're rushing to buy stuff to make your apartment livable and trying to understand all the intricacies of your new job, when a normal, unextraordinary setback happens. For example, at the end of the first week here, I woke up to go grocery shopping, and my car had a flat tire. No problem, right? It happens, easy fix. I'll just go grab my spare and, oh. So I grabbed the help paper that came with my car to call the service people to come fix my tire, and surprise, surprise, the people on the phone only spoke Japanese. Obviously. Dumbass. So then I had to call my supervisor on a Sunday, and they had to call the car people, who then came to my apartment to fix the tire. Great. Problem solved. Except, of course, the repairman only spoke Japanese. So in my broken-ass, less than conversational Japanese, I had to struggle with the repairman to fix the tire. Eventually, he put on one of my summer tires, said something to me in Japanese, took my flat winter tire, and left. Okay, it's almost 3 p.m. I don't think he's coming back. Plus, I really needed to go grocery shopping. I had nothing in my fridge. So I went shopping. So around 5 p.m., as I sat in my car, in the dark, in a convenience store parking lot, eating the greasiest fried chicken you can possibly imagine, my phone rings. And the repairman is on the other line, asking me, "Doko desu ka? Where are you?" This man worked his ass off on a Sunday night to repair my flat tire when he could be with his family, and my fat ass is sitting in a convenience store parking lot eating fried chicken. Needless to say, I rushed back, he put the tire back on my car, no harm, no foul. But this is what I'm talking about when it comes to your first month in Japan. Everything's in a different language, and everything's coming at you faster than the need to shit after Taco Bell. Unless you speak fluent Japanese, the things you used to be able to do and take care of on your own, you now have to rely on other people for. And even a small setback, like a flat tire, becomes a huge day-long ordeal, where you prevent the nicest repairman from getting to spend time with his family on a Sunday night. And for me, the crazy TV and all the weird products you can buy didn't give me that sense of culture shock nearly as much as learning to ask for help and rely on others. And I honestly got super lucky. In my placement, there is a super supportive group of people who were willing to help me out literally from day one. But it is something you have to keep in mind. And while learning to ask for help is very, very difficult, it's not impossible. So while the accommodations and culture shock are two of the things that affected me the most during my first month here, there is a third, and that is the actual job itself. Now, if you're watching this might not apply to you. You might be here for a completely different reason. But for those of you who are teaching, like I am, the job itself is a whole new hurdle. Now, obviously, every situation is different, just like with accommodations and the amount of culture shock you might feel. And same goes for the job aspect. In my city, every teacher's situation is different, so keep that in mind. But for me, I teach at 9 different junior high schools. Yes, your ears do not deceive you. 9 different junior high schools, which for the JET program is a lot. If you had a chart to show the average amount of schools a ALT teaches at, my amount would be on the extreme side. But the job itself does take some getting used to, especially if the reason you came here isn't exactly because you love teaching. Now, don't get me wrong, in this first month, the students and teachers have all been awesome. They've been super supportive, they're really enthusiastic to study English. It's honestly been better than I expected, but if you move to Japan for work, then you really need to prepare for the differences in work culture. For example, something you'll hear often is the lovely title of desk warmer, and that is what you do mostly. You sit at your desk and you pretend to be busy. That's one of the big differences in Japanese work culture, is doing the work doesn't necessarily matter as much as just being present in the office. So even if you're doing jack shit, as long as you're there looking like you're doing something, that's good. It's a good thing, apparently. Another weird thing that I was not prepared for is having to eat school lunches. Not only do you have to learn how to eat things that you genuinely don't like the taste of. This food that looks like cat food. Oh, it's great. Not only do you have to pretend to enjoy it, but in Japan, they clean the plate like a vacuum. It's like the plates had been washed. How they do that with chopsticks, I don't know. Not even the Grinch, who stole every breadcrumb out of Cindy Lou Who's house, can clean a plate like they can. So not only are you pretending, oh, this is so good, you also have to eat all of it. It's another little thing about the job I was not expecting to have, and it's something that made my first month in Japan just that little bit more annoying. But, like I said, something you should keep in mind is that while it is very hard, it is far from impossible. In the first month, I had a lot of days where I kind of just wanted to go home. There were so many things that were so overwhelming. But the longer I'm here, the more days I have where my excitement of going to Japan returns, and I'm genuinely happy to be here. So if you're coming to Japan to live and work, or moving anywhere, really, just know that the journey is genuinely difficult, and the adjustment period is large. But once you get settled, and you've overcome those 3 big obstacles that I've described, life in Japan becomes way, way more fun. And who knows, maybe you'll find a Evangelion toaster that actually works. Stupid piece of shit. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this look into what my first month in Japan was really like. Certainly crazy, certainly wild. Hopefully you learned a few things. Like I said in my quarantine video, I really enjoy making these videos, so I hope you stick around and continue to watch, because I will be trying to make a bunch of different types of videos while I'm here in Japan. So outro time, like, subscribe, For the love of God, please. Don't forget to comment if you have an anime novelty that's more stupid than this. Make sure to ring the bell to send me to jail. And I hope I will see you in the next video. Deuces.